PPA Ikan taking down Yumu,
PPA.
the first
PPA.
Chicago player to knock Yumu out of a tournament since we came back. The only other person to do it at all was AK, who is, I believe, still in this bracket, as in grand finals. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. So
he's in grands.
That makes
side.
We have two Chicago players left, Ned and Ikan, who you'll see. Mystearica is here from Indiana.
Yep.
And AK, #1 in St. Louis. That is the top 4 guaranteed locked in. Ikan, a Ryu main, for those of you not familiar, against Mystearica, who is a Palutena Zelda player. We're seeing the Palutena now, although the Zelda's the highlight character generally. And this should be a heck of a time.
Well, so the Zelda is the highlight character, but the Palutena is the one that does the most work. Let's be real. I mean, you look at any tier list, and you look at Palutena, and you look at Zelda. One of them's going to do more work than the other, and Mystearica's Palutena, actually, like, a lot of the tech from Zelda transitions immediately over to Palutena, right? Like, you know, those teleport cancels on the ledges. They are insanely strong, but oh my goodness, what is strong on the back end of Ikan's Ryu is a quick confirm into Shoryuken to turn this game around.
That actually was a little bit questionable DI. I feel like Mystearica could have lived that at around 100%. Ryu is very different in this game than the Smash 4 counterpart version of the character Ryu, where your main kill option isn't necessarily Shoryuken, which doesn't kill at dementedly low percentages, but rather fair percentages, usually, if DI'd correctly. It's actually his strong Tatsu confirm that is the big haymaker for Ryu in this game. Very defensive. Of the auto turnaround characters, Ryu's likely the most defensive. A lot of fireball camping. You get really good confirms out of things like down smash. Very interesting, different version of this character than you would really expect if you're not used to the matchup.
But here's the blender from Mystearica right back to even up the second stock, 51 to 88. And okay, a quick back air as well, just to add a little bit of extra options here. And that's why Mystearica is going to win these neutral interactions, right? Is using that invulnerability. That's the thing that Palutena just brings to the table. Is you can teleport past the advantage state of some other characters, and you can use that invulnerability to just invalidate a lot of options sometimes. And there you go. Explosive Flame doing a lot of work at the moment.
Yeah, that's something Ikan's going to have to be wary of. Ikan very used to recovering, kind of, with the focus, the downbeat. He's very good at using it for movement as well, but if he spams that off stage too much, Explosive Flame, having a multi-hitbox, is going to go right through that, making it much more difficult for him to recover. That back air off ledge is going to take the second stock, and now Ikan finding himself kind of been in the lead the entire game so far, looking very, very strong, fresh off that Yumu win, which is quite the win for him. This is definitely his showcase tournament since arriving in Chicago.
Yumu has been playing so good at all of these weeklies that have been going on in the short time that we've had weeklies. Chicago has been a little bit behind the other scenes in opening up their weeklies, but I mean, it's not without an abundance of caution, right?
Yeah, we want to do it right also, so.
But Yumu's results have spoken for themselves, and yet he is not in the top 4 of this tournament. It is Ikan who has caused that upset.
Ikan still keeping it very respectable. Mystearica has an excellent track record against Illinois players, generally speaking.
Right.
Myst has kind of beaten the crap out of us in the past. So we'll see if Ikan can turn this around. Looking very strong early. Gets the Tatsu confirmed.
So that's what you're talking about, is that little DI mix-up where you definitely have to go to the corner for that Tatsu.
Yes. Also, that Tatsu, that whole thing is like a confirm into very late percentages, and it will just kill around, I want to say, like 120, 130. Very strong move.
And that background shield just looks so safe. Okay, I feel like Ikan had something planned out of that up air.
Yeah, he's very good at recognizing when he actually has the confirms locked in. Gets the short hop bear on stage. That's going to kill from the middle of small battlefield. Mystearica was holding out, and that move came out so fast and unexpected. It was almost a little bit of like a DI catch. Forced the early kill with a very strong move. Nicely played by Ikan as he is now in a 1-0 lead in command of the set. See if he can keep it up.
So what do you think these bans are, right? It's going to be like you leave Smash, Pokemon Stadium open.
All right.
Pokemon Stadium has just been such a natural pick for Mystearica.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, but it'll be regular Battlefield.
So you would think that this would be an auto ban for Ikan in the matchup, but you have to kind of get rid of Yoshi's. If Ikan doesn't like Lilat, especially against, I feel like Palu, you have to get rid of it there too. So that only leaves one more like super dislike ban. Could have been Smashville, would be one to consider. Ikan does like space, and he does play pretty well off of platforms. But you'd think in a vacuum, taking Palutena to Battlefield in any matchup has got to be very, very risky.
And across the platforms here, that forward smash is just going to connect and KO to give Mystearica a commanding lead in game number 2 of the set.
Quick little confirm from Ikan there to tack on damage. Ryu is pretty much a 3 interaction character per stock. He's got his like 40 to 50% nice confirms at like anywhere from 0 to 10. Then he'll put you into kill percentage, and then one more read you'll catch. So you're looking for about 9 total interactions per game for Ryu on average. If you're looking at just like the cookie cutter versions of stocks. Not finding those early. Mystearica, I mean, I feel like was huge.
If that's your game plan, I feel like this game plan has already gone awfully awry for Ikan right now in this game too. Yes. He's at like 12 total interactions total in just this first stock and a half. But that's what separates, like, you know, the flowchart Ryus from the good ones, right?
Reading the roll, Ikan taking it all the way to the corner, immediately ready with the Shoryu. And one decent confirm from Ikan right here, and we suddenly have an even game after a huge lead from Mist. All right, there's the up air. Reads the air dodge, but unable to follow up because of the platform height. Now Ikan's off stage again.
The Nair is so good at covering, like, the obvious ledge get-up options. And those Hadokens, you know, Hadoken is not a great projectile on its lonesome, but like it's all Ryu has, right? So he has to put himself, like, he just needs to put anything that he can out there to stop Palutena from pressuring off the stage, but it doesn't even matter because Mystearica will take that second stock. Woo.
All right, some really good, speaking of Hadoken not being the best of projectiles, well, getting a ton of damage off that was Ikan in that situation. Putting Mist off stage, and it was one teeny tiny little catch read from something even larger there. But Mist getting back on stage, now making the most of, not what I'd call a second chance, but a very well fought and earned interaction.
Ooh, okay, that might be an overextension here. I felt like back air off of that would have been the perfect option, but Mystearica went for Nair instead. And I feel like that's what let Ikan back into this game.
Now that's where Ikan's nuts. He never goes for just the Shoryu confirms off ground unless he knows it will 100% kill, but he will chain them off of up air, like up air into instantaneous Shoryuken from his tilt combos.
Why did they give him that?
Because he kind of, if you think about it, he
that's the dumbest. No, don't say that.
He did.
You say that. Don't say that right now.
They nerfed Shoryu, so they bounced it. Yeah, he wasn't going to make that back anyway, I don't think. Mystearica ending that game in style, evening it up at 1 apiece. Looks like Mist is starting to get a little bit more of a feel for the matchup, though that was on the Battlefield counterpick for Palu, so we'll see what Ikan goes with after this. Stages are interesting right now because we have 9 of them.
Ryu does not need that. I'm going to tell you right now.
Fine.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, I like Ryu. Ryu in this game is perfectly balanced. We're in a situation right now where, all right, we're using the small Battlefield stage list in Chicago where you have the 9 stages and the 3 bans with no DSR. So if you ban FD Kalos Town, that allows Ikan to have both biplats open as well. So it's kind of tricky. Like PS2 oftentimes, because it's so large, will serve more passive players just as well as any like FD style stage. And that's almost like a way bigger deal than people realize in terms of the way the math works on stage bans. Ikan opting for small Battlefield, which I find to be an interesting choice, but we'll see how it works out. Maybe it's just his comfort pick.
So I mentioned this when I was commenting with Moniker earlier. I think it might be my Byleth bias showing. Oh, wow. Okay, I love that linger from Mystearica. Just not showing any kind of option after jumping off the stage. But, ooh, you're going to pay the price.
That was all true.
Thanks, I hate it.
He was cool, dude. Down smash into heavy Hadouken. Quick 33% just off the one quick tipper of the down smash. Those gold bond toes of Ryu always ready. Oh, he almost got the spike.
I thought that would spike.
It was just outside the range.
So I think it's my bias showing, but like Pokemon Stadium 2 and Small Battlefield have different advantage states. That's just kind of the way I feel about it because I play Byleth.
Oh, they
and
definitely
Byleth can't short hop onto the platforms on Pokemon Stadium 2, but Byleth can on Small Battlefield. So it does make a bigger difference than you'd think, even though they have the same layout.
The layout's important, but just the amount of stage width is super, super relevant in almost every situation. Like, PS2 is the largest stage in the stage list.
Yep.
And Small Battlefield is average to slightly smaller. As Ikan going to catch with that nice back air. Catching Mystearica, jumping away, and fully ready for it.
Oh, and I love canceling that into the Hadouken. Oh. Hello?
What is happening?
That Nair would have led to some shenanigans. I'm 90% sure.
If he caught one more quick lock, I think he could have gotten, like, what was it, down tilt, weak up tilt, up Shoryu. Could have just done the whole thing pretty much from zero. Ikan just converting out of his mind today. Dude, fighting Ikan's terrifying. I speak from experience.
I missed the first on-pack, so I didn't get to fight Ikan.
Oh, it will happen. He's here to stay. Back throw should... Oh,
no.
You're just heavy enough. That will kill,
He
though.
specifically needed to Tatsu in the corner. That was his fastest option out of the corner to make sure he didn't, like, die. And Mystearica read that. So...
All right, now missed at 105 from those couple Hadoukens. You said that's all Ryu has, but the damage racks up so fast from those moves. So misstead to pretty much any conversion here.
Okay, good double jump. Avoid that explosive blink.
And there it is.
You found it.
That is the conversion. I think, what is that, weak down tilt into medium down tilt into heavy Tatsu? I am not as proficient with Ryu, but that is what I believe I just saw, and it was really, really sweet. So Ikan with a 2-1 lead over Mystearica. Ryu is not a character people are ready for in this game. Everybody had their eyes on Ken. Ken was the explosive character, the aggressive character. Everyone assumed Ken was the better character.
Well, since DLC, everyone has their eyes on Terry Bogard.
Yeah, then it became Terry. Now it's Kazuya. So there's
I mean,
4 fighting game characters. And
I've played one Kazuya in bracket, and I have a 1-0 lead on Kazuya. And that's all. I'm not going to provide any context to this.
Yeah, y'all can look it up at smash.gg/ignition225 if you'd like to know who Sturm beat in winners. You'll figure it out pretty fast.
But that's the thing, is I feel like there's just so much margin for error that the other FGC characters, I'm not going to call them showdowns, I'm not going to call them auto turnarounds, the FGC characters,
yep,
they just provide so much more margin for error than Kazuya does.
Yeah, a little bit. Although I think Ryu is kind of second in that situation. Like, Ken is mostly figuring out neutral, but his explosiveness is huge. Ryu is a very defensive version. Easily the most defensive of the 4, I think.
Well, here's the thing, is Smash has always been a defensive game. So, in the long term, you feel like that would be an advantage to the more defensive character, right? Well, oh, wow, what a great read on that air dodge.
Oh, he went for the quick Tatsu, but got caught by an F smash. Good reaction from Mystearica on landing. That's huge. Ikan going to get the parry. Trying to read the roll away again. A lot of people kind of play that game with Ryu where they tend to roll away from him. Not out of nervousness, but because it is actually one of the better options, and Ikan has to kind of commit to a hard roll read to get anything off of things with Ryu, as he confirms with that up air into Shoryu. There it is again.
That's so insane that he is so good at confirming that.
It's interesting that one of Ryu's best options is an aerial option.
So up air to Shoryu is a 2-hit combo, right?
Yes.
He confirmed up the first hit every single time that we've seen.
Yeah, that's how he has to do it. He's very
consistent. That's ridiculous.
He has been playing Ryu since the beginning of 3DS. This is just his character.
That's so ridiculous.
That Ryu can do it, or that he's able to?
No, that he's able to do it.
Yeah, Ikan is crazy talented.
It's not an issue with the character being too strong, because I see no one confirm that as much as he does.
Oh, he goes for the grab. Interesting. Oh, quick back air. That was actually scary. We've seen a couple back airs this set, so I really honestly was not certain how that was going to go.
And Ikan is trying to read these ledge cancels, so you saw he tried to up air like to the left of the platform. He really just is trying to read these movement options that these teleport characters bring to the table. Oh, okay.
Well, it's smart because he's putting himself in no danger to read it, so if the teleport character goes for the teleport cancel, he gets the free punish. If they do anything else, it's just a reset to neutral, where he is thriving right now. Oh, he goes for the Shoryu, but gets down smash. Good catch by Mystearica. Down smash, easily the best option there, I think. With the catch on the attempted Shoryu before he get back to ledge, but the back air trade, and now Mystearica potentially on tournament stock. Ikan playing this set very well so far. Mystearica keeping it very close in this game.
You have to be very confident to down smash with Palutena. That is a super, super laggy move. So
yes.
that was a great catch from Mystearica, but now she finds herself down again. Oh, but she's actually pushing the advantage here on these nairs, putting them in the washing machine.
The blender is open for business. That is 75%. But as we've seen, it only takes a couple interactions for either of these characters to lose a stock.
And strong fireball is super important. We haven't actually seen too many of those strong fireballs land, but they cause much more knockback than the other fireball, like the basic fireball. You have to put in the command input to make sure that fireball lands.
All right, Mist is crazy. Great parry. Catches.
That's the spot where Ryu does not want to be, where you are forced into a linear recovery, and, well, you see what Palutena can do in that situation.
Yes. All right, we're going to have a Game 5 this game for all of it for these players, a trip to losers finals, and a date with Ned on the line here. Mystearica looking to continue to maybe eliminate Chicago single-handedly. If Mist can defeat Ikan into Ned, that would be it for us. It would be an all out-of-state grands should that happen. A lot of possibilities here. This is a wild top 4.
It's been fun. I didn't think I'd see a Ryu here. I mean, I love Ikan. I watched some Ikan play. Ikan's ridiculous.
Dude, Ikan is a monster, and he's playing good today, too.
But this has been a nutty tournament. I don't mean to like disparage Ikan by saying I didn't expect him to see him in top 4.
But this is a run.
It's a run. It's a run and a half.
All right, FD is the pick. It got left open. Ikan gonna fully rely on neutral. It's a little bit harder to put Ryu in the blender on this stage because there are 0 platforms to be able to follow up on. But you can get a couple good nairs in a row. There's one. And that's it in this situation. So
sneaky air dodge, sneaking right by Mystearica.
Oh, I think that was meant to be a Tatsu input. Now, this is where this matchup gets, I think, very difficult for Mystic. Now it has to be like super duper earned on FD. You have to work a lot harder for damage in these interactions. You have to win a lot more neutral than you were previously to put Ikan in a situation where your moves will outright kill Ryu. Ryu's not a light character either. So you really have to get him a lot of times, still about 100% before you can start thinking, hey, I'm going to take the stock. It's harder to do that when you can't just like hit a nair into some crazy conversions. Ikan, on the other hand, gets to play his character's game as well as desired on the stage. Stage choice is huge. Oh, that's unfortunate.
He was playing a disadvantage incredibly well on this stage until that exact SD. So I 100% agree with you on the theory. But the problem is, in practice, you're just going to miss an input on that recovery. And I don't think you would have made it on any other stage, right? Like, that's the thing about missed inputs, is they work agnostically on every single stage.
All right, Ikan, it looked like he was going for some kind of reverse pair, landed too fast. Now this is about the percentage he was going to want Mist at for a couple of different possible conversions. Mist needs to put on some extra credit here wherever possible. Gets the focus into a super Shoryu. Now you're so gone. All right, 2-stock game.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is you have Ned, Mystearica, and Apollo Kage remaining in this bracket on the side, and then you have Ikan. Ikan is
the underdog.
Not a veteran in these long bracket runs by any stretch. He's on a great run. Don't get me wrong, but you are the underdog for sure in this spot. You have to prove, like, you have to put up or shut up. That's the game plan here for Ikan.
Also, we were discussing margin for error earlier, just within the FGC characters, but you got to imagine the margin for error on a character like Ryu is way finer than a character like Palutena or Sephiroth/PT or Snake. You can make lots of mistakes in those games. Ikan really has to convert off just about everything with some very technical input.
He has the stage now, and the jab to Shoryu! And he's got the lead.
120% rage. That killed around 80%. Mist had like partial DI, but not like I think perfect DI was necessary there to even maybe live it. I'm not even sure that Miss lives there. That's a tough call. All right.
You know, you got 7 though.
You did. Let's see if that 7 winds up making a difference. All right. Stock of Champions here. Game 5, losers semis.
Yep.
All right, quick 40%. There's those little confirms I was talking about with Ryu, where you get like down smash fireball or like strong down tilt fireball. It does a ton of damage. And Ikan looking more and more comfortable as this game goes on. It's like Miss is starting to feel a little bit of pressure.
This might be where FD comes into play, where like Ikan just looks so comfortable grounded. He does not need to jump in and like air to air Palutena. And Palutena is so good at air to airs.
Very good, and it is not a situation where that's going to come into play necessarily. Oh, Ikan does get the up air. Opts to not go for the confirm. He was going for parry short.
He wanted to kill. Yeah, he wanted to kill in that spot.
Oh, he's off stage. Strong Tatsu connecting, gets back on stage. 120. This is any confirm.
Off the whiff. Woo!
Oh, he was playing some head games.
That was so close.
He was trying to read spot dodge. It never came out. And that is just good patience from Mist. Oh, that was scary. That up air is so good. Great spacing from Ikan on the landing. The back air.
That'll do it.
And that is going to do it. Ikan defeating Mystearica 3-2 with an insane game on Final Destination. Great spacing, great grounded, great patience, and it wound up being an aerial interaction that sealed the game for him and the set.
Wow.
Ikan's nuts.
You're nuts.
That's a PPA dub. That's what that is right there. That's a PPA dub.
That's a PPA dub. I am told by a reliable source that y'all aight. Y'all aight.
A little bit insane. A little bit insane right now.
All right, you have something to say?
Let's go, Ikan.
Shout outs to everybody, whether you're NorCal, whether you're Chicago, whether you're Wi-Fi, wherever I've met you. If you're watching in and you're watching me right now, thank you. You're awesome. Everybody here is great, and I'm having a great time, and I'm playing pretty well, I think. So, yeah, thank you so much.
I had to make sure that was for you on that screen.
Yeah.
PPA. Let's go, Ikan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go, Ikan.
Especially to PPA. You guys have been nothing but great to me. And
all right.
It's losers finals, right?
Losers finals. All right, we are going to get right into it now. Best of 5. We're going to have PPA Ikan versus Ned.